Hey guys, I want to show you a couple examples on converting a binary number to a decimal and then vice versa, converting the decimal to the binary number. So I'm going to give you this PDF file too once I'm done with this for you guys to look at for an example as well. But a few things before we get started. Remember, we are working from the right and then moving left. And then also when we get down here to read the number, we're going to move from bottom to the top. And I'll explain that here in just a second. So here's the binary number 110101, and we need to convert it to a decimal number, a regular number. Okay, so we're going to put a 1 here. We're going to put a 0 in the twos, a 1, a 0, and a 1, 1. Now, I'm not going to give you this table that you see up where the 128, the 64 is, all of that. What I would recommend doing is when you start your assignment, I would draw this table up here just for reference for yourself. That way you have it, and then you can just kind of plug in that information. So I would draw twos, etc. Okay, all the way across for your problems, if that would help you. Okay, now there's only 6 digits, and that means we're not using the 64 or the 128's column. I'm just going to put an X in there. You don't have to, as long as you know. All right, so to show the equation to solve this, remember we're looking for a decimal number. The first thing we're going to do then is we need to show our work. So 32 times 1 plus 16 times 1 plus 8 times 0 plus 4 times 1 plus 2 times 0 plus 1 times 1. Okay, if I do that, my decimal number is going to be 53. So I'm adding 32 plus 16. This is 0. So 32, 16 plus an additional 4. This is 0 plus an additional 1. And that means my answer is 53. Okay. So for the second one, it's vice versa. We are converting the decimal number. In this example, it's 21. And we want to convert it to a binary number. Okay. So we know that this is called the base of 2 because remember, it goes up 1 to 2. We're timesing it by 2's each time. Okay, so the base of 2. What we're going to do is we're going to start over here. We're going to put the number. Everything here on the left-hand column is going to be divided by 2 because it's the base of 2. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to put 21 divided by 2. Okay, 21 divided by 2. The quotient, I'm going to get 10. Okay, and I'm going to have a remainder of 1. So I'm going to put a 1 in here. The next step, I'm going to put 10 divided by 2. And we know that equals 5. So the remainder is going to be 0. Next, we're going to transfer that. It's going to be 5 divided by 2. We know that goes in there 2 times. And there's a remainder in here. Even if the remainder wasn't 1, let's say the remainder was 5, for an example, you're still going to put 1 in. If there's no remainders, it's a 0. If there are remainders, it's just a 1. Remember, we're only using 1s and 0s. So regardless of what the remainder number is, if there is a number, it is 1. If there is not a remainder, it is 0. Okay, now we're going to transfer the 2 divided by 2, and we know that is 1. So the remainder is 0. And now we've got to do 1 divided by 2. The quotient is 0. And the remainder is 1. You are finished with the problem when the quotient at the very bottom says 0. Now, at the beginning of this video, I said we move from the right side to the left. And then I also said for this next problem, we move from the bottom up. That means this number, the binary number, is 10101. But we've got to read it, start here, and we've got to read it up. Now, in this problem, it just so happens that it wouldn't matter what way you put it. But remember, we've got to start it here, and it goes that way. Okay, now, just for your information, if you want to double check your work here, which might, to make sure you're getting it right, what I would do is I would recommend using this little chart. Okay, so we know that this is in the ones columns. We know this is in the twos columns, fours, eights, and 16s. So we know it's going to be 16 plus 0 plus 4 plus 0 plus 1. So 16 plus 4 is 20. An additional 1 equals 21. And we know that is the number. You don't have to do this step here. Okay. It just might be helpful to verify that you've got it right. So over here, what I would write is I would circle my answer, which is 10101. That's the answer. I would refer back to this video, and I will save this document just so you can take a look at it. I'm hoping this will help you work through some of your problems. If you need help, just let me know.